I'm going to call this meeting to order at 7:36. Let's do a quick roll. I'm here. Cloud, here. Joe.
Here.
Amanda and Steve.
Here.
Harper. Here. Audrey. Here. And May. Here. Perfect. Public input. Anyone? Moving on. Oh wait, review last meeting.
Order at 7:40, adjourned at 8:40. That was where we kind of decided to reach out to speakers, get the flyer done, and just get everything ready for the conference. Then we also got introduced to the youth, God, what is it called? The youth, center in Brisbane.
Of neighborhood services.
The teen center?
Yes, the teen center being introduced to Brisbane.
I vote to continue this. Is anyone second? I'll second. Let's get rolling.
What's going on here?
So we should have sent out the invites already, reached out again to both invitees via email, and then I did the ones that I had their Instagram for. And then should have reached out to speakers again, and then had a meeting with the guys. So we'll just go down the action log.
The invites did go out. Did I get one?
Oh, I don't know.
Or the other trustees too, I don't know if they did.
Oh, I did see your email on that.
Isn't
Did
it?
you send an email about that?
I was just asking to see if we could get one sent to us, but I didn't see one come through yet.
Joe, do you have the
Yes, I do.
link? Can you send me that?
Yes, I
Thank
will.
you.
And then speakers, we got an application back from that Destiny person, which is great. Do we just want to look through it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Destiny. I've never heard of the Yarrow Collective.
That's the group that originally reached out to us, but just said they were. That's not gonna work.
I was like, ooh, there's an echo here.
That was the group that originally reached out to us, saying that they all are recent high school grads. I'm trying to get them to come, but I never heard back from them, so not sure where that went.
I was reading that, now I lost it, where was
Okay, so her speaking fee is $200. Interesting, okay. First generation Latina who is 7%, who's the 7% in the US to obtain a master's degree. Access and reducing barriers for people of all backgrounds live with bachelor's degree in sociology. Okay, so her background is a little bit about community, but not much.
She has spoken events,
Yes.
Yeah.
so that's good.
She's part of that teen impact group, so she definitely has worked with teens.
Mhm.
Um,
She seems alright. Can you scroll back up to her Instagram? I know I have access to this. DMD. Thank you.
So what do we think?
She seems pretty good. Yeah.
Is this the only one we got back? Oh, I see.
When I originally reached out to Larimer County for speakers, the person I'm talking with originally said that she was interested before she's like, here's the list. This person's really interested in doing it. So she was already on board before we even sent this stuff out. No one else even responded.
That's good that she.
Go home.
I like her.
Well, I have a question for you guys, and this is like I'm gonna tread lightly here because it's a delicate topic, but when I noticed when we got back speakers from the Larimer County, a lot of them had like pride-related organizations, and I know that is beneficial for some students, but maybe others that might be not as beneficial, and so I didn't know how you guys felt about that, and I think this might be one of the speakers that Larimer County was suggesting based on maybe some of that inclusion and pride related. And so I just didn't know if that would be polarizing. And I don't want to get into that with our group just because I don't know, that's happening in a lot of other cities, and I want ours to feel like we include all beliefs and ideas and ideologies so everyone feels safe, including you guys and your peers. So I just want to be delicate with that, but I want your guys' feedback. If this is something that you guys all feel unanimous that this is good, then we can move forward. But if it's something that you have pause with, I just want to honor that too and say we could look at other options other than having a speaker that is from Larimer County, or maybe have more time just for networking and discussion at the event. Do you guys have any feedback? Like there's nothing wrong that you guys can say. Like you guys, this is your commission, so if you have feelings, I want you to feel free to share them. And I know it's a difficult topic, so I want to be careful.
I noticed a couple times she would talk about how she likes to tell stories for like to connect us to like what she's saying and stuff, and so I just kind of would be curious like what stories she'd be telling and all that stuff. Like I don't know. Like if we could find that out, I'm totally on board for it. But wouldn't want her to get like too personal.
And this is your first summit, and so this one impression will be what's lasting for people to come back.
Yeah.
And so making it feel like everybody wants to come again would be important too.
I definitely don't think we need to bring anything pride related. I think we need to just keep it neutral, like everything neutral. Just make it fair for everyone.
Because if we're making a long-lasting impression and we're bringing something like politics, like political side, something happening right now, or pride, and there's a group of people who have different views than us, and this is supposed to be making a lasting impact, those guys are probably not going to want to come back because we're having these conversations about pride or politics. So I think we need to stay neutral.
The best thing to do is just keep it informative, talk about, the motivation and just the government things. I don't really think we should go anywhere else.
I mean, if she ends up being the only one who sends in an application, then maybe we could just like talk to her about that and be like, we're trying to like keep it community based and stuff, like nothing about like your personal life or anything, just like how you are in your community and all that stuff. So I'd say if we can have a nice conversation with her about it, if she's the only one that sends in an application, then Should be good.
Sure.
It seems like she has a lot to do with youth board centers.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything where it's talking about government or motivation instead of community and like advocating for things like drug and alcohol awareness.
So I think we'll definitely keep Destiny in mind, but
Because right now she's our only response to that.
short film. Yeah, and if anything, we just give you guys more time to talk.
Well, even maybe more for you guys to kind of have like a, just kind of volley ideas back and forth between different commissions too, like maybe have some more kind of brainstorming sessions on maybe even topics like this, right? Like how do we stay neutral in really polarizing times so that everyone feels like they're heard and seen, you know? Stuff like that might be good to talk about because that's part of the times we're living in, and other cities are having a lot of difficulty over it. So I think, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think with any speaker, we can kind of give them direction and tell them to stay with that direction. That's our mission. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really know where the pride thing comes from. Is that something you looked up?
Oh, I just had noticed a lot of the email addresses from that whole list were pride related, which I thought was strange because
Really?
it seems more like an ideology than government based, you know, or
Like in the email signature or something?
yeah. And so it just struck me, you know, it's like if you had a whole list of pastors, I think that would strike me too as odd, like seems out of place. It just seemed out of place. And so, and her Instagram, you know, like, I mean, she seems like a wonderful person,
Sure.
right? I'm nervous about bringing that into this event for these guys and having them deal with any political struggle. But it's, like I said, up to them. I'm not sure why Larimer County, those were the list of the people that they're giving to us, or why those are the.
Yeah, when she sent it to me, she was like, I don't personally know any of these people, but they have a youth commission specialist that works for Larimer County, and that was the list that she sent to the person I was talking with.
Sure,
I think they're heavily involved with the Teen Impact group,
Yeah,
I see,
so.
and that could be where they all came from, but
sure. I'm
because
sure.
we just asked for kids. We wanted kids to talk to kids. That was kind of
Totally.
the main thing.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
Interesting. I'm sure they're all awesome people doing awesome things.
Mhm.
Just, you struck me.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
I was more interested in her speaking style, being interactive, motivational, informational. And I think if you give her the direction of, our goal is not to be political. Our goal is to be motivational and youth oriented. And I think if you give that direction and we have that conversation with her, we can even invite her to one of our meetings and talk to her, and
Yeah, like have an in-person interview
Yeah.
or something.
yeah, you could even do that. And get a feel that you feel comfortable with, then you can go that route too.
Yeah, she should
But that
definitely.
might be an idea.
Yeah, she should definitely sit down with us, go over things, and then we can be clear. I think it would be great to have someone close around your all's age to speak, and then plus have board members and people like that that are in this
More in the government.
government side and the community outreach.
Yeah,
I've-
we don't want her to get into any. None of that.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
Berthoud's
That could
in
go
some
really
good
wrong.
sailing times right now, so I'd
Yeah.
like to keep us in the up and up.
Yeah.
All people should feel welcome and loved. I'd hate for there to be a plug for something too that people would take away, like, oh, I need to go check this out, and have it be like a surprise, you know, like, oh,
Well,
this was meant to influence me, you know?
Well, and that's where when I started seeing emails go back and forth to Larimer County and they wanted to come, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't want Larimer County to think that this is a plug for them to come in and start pushing their, whatever their focus is at this point. This is their conference and their summit, and this isn't the time or place for that, in my opinion. This is your event. That can be done at another commission and whatnot, but this is all, yours all event, and it's an opportunity for you to get to know your other commissions, not an opportunity for people to come in and sell you on whatever they're doing, so.
So I can reach back out to Destiny. Should I invite her to another like work type meeting? Cause technically it's next month, so
Yeah.
we won't necessarily have a meeting before she speaks.
Because we're gonna, I think we're gonna have another meeting, like the 16th, the deadline for everything.
Yeah,
To
you
say
have a
go,
work
no
session.
go.
Yep, you have a
So
work
we could
session.
invite her then,
For the 16th.
yeah,
That'd be
at the
next
rec
week or
center.
2 weeks. from
2
now?
weeks.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her.
So far I have the city of Louisville are the only people that have reached out to me about it. They said they'll talk about it within their commission at their meeting next week, I think. Otherwise, nothing else on that.
Loveland saw my message to them on Instagram. Haven't said anything. I can reach out again. I know they're doing a little informational night tonight, so I don't know if they have much of a meeting going on. But depending on what time it is, I might be able to show up. But I can reach out again.
I mean, I'd say personally, let's not waste Destiny's time. If we don't have people reserved by the 16th, or at least get somebody reserved. We shouldn't invite her anywhere, because we haven't got anything yet.
Yeah.
The form, when people fill it out, it'll come straight to us three, and nothing's happened. So
Yeah.
we've got to make a little more effort to get to these meetings. Being that it's the first of the month, they're happening.
Mhm.
They all work the same, just like we do. So if we don't get in front of them, the emails are not working. They may have.
Well, keep in mind, they just went out last week,
Yeah.
and none of them have met yet,
Mhm.
so they're just in the process of meeting.
Because if they're the third Wednesday of the month, like, it's gonna be too late for us. Hopefully they're first week of each month, but we'll see. But yeah, I'd say hold off on inviting her anywhere until we get people.
So what do we do to get contact with these groups then to get confirmed?
We've reached out to every single youth commission that we can think of at our last work study last week.
I
I've
think it
reached out
was
to all the ones
10,
that,
10 or so.
yeah, I've
And
reached out
only
to
one
one
of the
through Larimer
emails
County.
didn't work, so.
Larimer County had an exact contact for the youth commissions in Estes Park, Lyons, Fort Collins, and reached out to them. And the only one that responded to me was Destiny's group, and she was just like, "Yeah, they're all graduated from high school," and for some reason she didn't think it was a good fit. I was like, "Actually, it's a perfect fit." And then she never responded after I told her, "I think we definitely would want you to come." So now it's time to get in front. I think it's to come to these meetings, be the public input, and that's kind of what we pushed at the last work session. Was we found and identified the areas and the people and the commissions in this area that we could go to. So now we just need to get buy-in from this group here to show up.
That's good. Do we have a plan of action for getting in front of the groups, or do we have their schedules then?
So I bet I can go to the Loveland one tonight, and then the Fort Collins one is tomorrow, and I might hit that on the way to the meeting that I have. So
I'll figure out the other ones I have in here. Project Tuna.
Longmont meeting April 8th, I think.
What's that?
I think there's a Longmont meeting April 8th. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd say everyone just choose one, and we can look them up now. Commit to it, be there, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But if each person takes one, I mean, I bet they come if you see them. You meet them in person, because emails could be spammed. It could have been the wrong person. Their websites are not always the most up to date because they are not in charge of them.
Sorry.
I think
I
we
think I
had
would take
Timnath
Longmont one, but
or
I
Erie
just
had a
don't
good
know where
one
it's
too,
at.
I think.
Erie has one,
Erie had
the Greeley one.
Frederick had
And they have
one.
Louisville, I think we have some pretty good buy-in from them.
I mean, he got an email, so
Yeah,
at least
they're very interested in.
Mhm. I'll see when
That's
they meet,
cool.
because they said next week. I don't know what that is. Louis-
I don't think I'll be able to go to the Fort Collins one tomorrow, but I can see.
I think I could go to Longmont for sure. What day is it?
It is April 8th.
April 8th.
It's the first.
It says they meet tomorrow.
Oh, wait, what?
who's that?
Louisville.
Louisville. I'd say you don't need to meet them.
What?
I wouldn't show up there. They're, whoever reached out to Joe was like, yeah, we're gonna get this in front of them.
And
So it's
then
guaranteed.
also somebody else said they weren't sure if they wanted to go because their son was graduating, like from somebody from the same commission, one of the two contacts there, like the
Oh.
other email I got.
Yeah.
I didn't realize when I sent it to you, but it was
Are they from Louisville too?
yes. And she said, I'm not sure. I like this idea. Thank you for responding to them. I think it was directed at her, not me.
Oh,
It said, let me just find it
She's
instead of trying to
like
paraphrase it.
chaperone. She doesn't think she'll be up to
Ye-
chaperone
yep.
because her
Son's
son's
graduating following weekend.
the following weekend.
Say, we don't need you.
What? Huh?
They're high schoolers.
Why are you graduating end of April?
Next meets in July.
is it the college graduation?
Mm. Yeah.
I think CU graduates like we get
That's
Yeah.
right.
Alright.
10% or other.
If there's any of these you guys want to go to but you don't have a ride, let me know and we can just bomb around. Hit some of these.
Same, I'd be happy to help with transportation.
Do we know when Timnath's meeting is?
Let's see.
Let me find out.
Or Erie?
I think it was their to apply, just close. I don't want to apply.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Timnath. I don't see anything for them. They have
We might meet first Monday of next month.
Can you look at your who you sent the invites to?
Yes, I was trying to put them in there. I have Timnath, Frederick, Loveland, TRPR, Louisville, Erie, the Boulder Youth Corps
yeah, that was a good
people. I think that's it. Just looking at but the Boulder Youth Corps one email did not work.
So yeah, Erie looks like they already met yesterday. Monday? No, it'd be this because
This coming
Monday was the 31st, so it'd be this next upcoming Monday. Erie will have one.
Where do they
What time
meet?
is it at?
What time?
Don't know, but we can call them. See what time. If someone's interested in taking that one, available next Monday, probably
I can do
in the evening.
before 7, cause I don't think it's.
Are you already going to one?
Yeah, I was planning on going to Loveland and Fort Collins.
Okay, so who is not going to one that,
I
That's the
cannot do
ability.
that day as I also have something planned.
just kinda wanna spread this out as a team, right? So that we don't got 3 people, one person doing 3 areas and,
Are we
Keep
talking
in mind.
about the one next Monday?
yes.
I can probably do that one, I can check.
So there's a general interest at erie.gov that you could reach out to get more information on it. Get some times and,
Oh, I sent it to one other commission, but I had to use their like contact me
mhm.
page. I don't remember which one that was.
Yeah, so. So Harper will take Erie.
Audrey, what are you doing the Loveland one?
I just can't figure out where they have their meetings. I just know when it is.
Yeah, some of them are hard to find, like,
I know,
you just have to contact them
I
and ask
DM'd
them.
them and they answered me and like last week and said they'd send an email to or send my email to the person who can help me and they never emailed me back. So you know, just pass it on.
This is the first Wednesday of the month, right? Cause Lafayette has theirs tonight at 6:30 at the Lafayette Public Library or online.
Oh, so you can check in Zoom.
Yeah. Who else do we have?
I was looking at Frederick's website and I don't think they're currently meeting
Yeah.
because it says they have 10 vacancies on their youth commission.
Yeah, I think we saw that and they haven't met since like 2022
Yeah.
or something.
I'm not seeing any files, so. So you guys are doing great. You guys have a pretty good commission comparison.
And like when I search up Youth Advisory Council, ours comes up first.
It is. That's interesting. See, you guys are rocking it.
No, mom. Just like when you meet, they're like, oh, dude, I don't know. It's not that big of a
It could be because it knows me.
What's that?
It could be because Google knows me, but ours
It's true.
doesn't.
It's like, here, you like this. I know Google knows everything.
I don't know.
Can you two do tomorrow night?
Figure it out
That's
when they
that
are.
one's at
Like
like
zero,
7:30.
they're left to see, so we've got Loveland,
7 or 7:30.
Your loved one's already taken care
is taken care of.
Lafayette,
of. Riley is taken care of.
Tonight.
yes.
We need,
So who else you got left to figure out when the meetings are?
Estes Park, they've got an active.
I would look on their website.
So we
mission.
don't wanna go to the Louisville one, right?
Are you doing
Yeah, they're
Loveland?
good.
I have not signed up to do that now.
Which one's the one tonight online?
Lafayette.
I was trying to find the Zoom link
I
to
need
put
to
it on
figure
there,
out if I
but
have transportation to it.
Well,
it's
Lafayette you can do online.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if somebody
Yes.
can't travel to any of them, that would be the one to do.
yeah,
So if you could hop on a Zoom tonight at 6:30, that would be the one to do.
Mm-hmm.
They literally do not have their location. That is so
let's see if we can get this
You
in.
say you contacted Lions? Lions had a youth commission?
Yeah, Lions has one as well, an active one,
I did not do that one because we already reached
which
out.
I already did that one, yeah.
Do we need to go in person to that one?
I don't know if we have the bandwidth to do it, but let's see if we can,
And I will see Timna, I'll see all the directors on Friday too, so, well, the ones that will show up. There's a few that aren't gonna be there. But I think Timna is.
Do we know when Estes Park meets?
that's what I was just gonna ask too.
No, that one might be a tough one to get them to drive down to. I don't know.
I might have someone I could contact asking about it because they're very like prevalent in the youth. So I might be able to ask them.
so I just put the main contact for Lafayette. If whoever can't travel somewhere and they wanna do a Zoom, gonna reach out to Renee,
Okay.
and here's her phone number. So then you can get, cause I can't find there's no like, not a Zoom link or anything on
Yeah,
Lafayette's.
no, there's not.
No.
I was looking at their agenda.
You have an agenda with no Zoom link?
They had her name on it though. It says for public opinion, call her. So that would be the person we want.
Is Erie spelled wrong?
On there, yes. On the email, no.
Oh yeah, that's not.
Okay, I
That's
was like
correct.
looking at it and I'm like, that is not right.
Hate when that happens. All the right letters.
Irish. So who's gonna take Lafayette? Zoom? Call these person? Get a link? Anybody?
I guess I will.
Aren't you already going to one?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's tonight.
Yeah. That is
At 6:30.
first Wednesday of each month, 6:30.
I'm just thinking if you need to reach out by email for the meeting tonight to get.
Well, he's got a phone number to call.
You got a phone number, so I would
Mhm.
throw that one out there too, but yeah. Okay, we're a little slow moving most places.
So when you guys go to these meetings, you guys have a script and know kind of what you're gonna talk about or what you need to say.
And you have your flyer,
Yes.
so take your flyer. And go over the flyer that's on there. And let them know that you're looking for an RSVP by April 16th. And that you want, highly encourage all youth commissions, board members, mayor. Who's-
Does it?
was it?
If I can make it, but I'm already going to the London one.
Cloud, do you have any that you're doing?
I'm gonna try and go to the Fort Collins one.
I thought Zoe was doing that.
Well, I have two and Claude didn't have any yet, so.
Okay, so you're in charge of them.
I'm gonna try it, yeah.
Where do they meet? Did you already get, you already got the information?
Fort Collins is tomorrow.
It's 7 p.m. and they've needed the Foothill Activity Center. Although I don't know exactly where they meet. So I was gonna email them and be like, hey, you guys say you meet up at the Foothills Activity Center. Where exactly do you meet up? Because I wanna be at the meeting to share.
You can go there and ask the front desk. I've done that before. And the front
All the
desk
way to
says,
Fort Collins and then try.
It's a lot of social interaction, you.
Oh yeah, when you get there, yeah, you can ask.
I think there's a,
It's got a Zoom meeting for Fort Collins. The board is allowed to hold meetings remotely via Zoom.
Oh, no, they do. I thought they did.
So I'll get, do you have a contact for it, Zoe?
This one, the Fort Collins.
Fort
one?
Collins one, so we can reach out and maybe you can just do it to Zoom, you don't have to go
I think
anywhere.
I do her.
that's
Oh,
Leanne.
yeah, I know. who it is.
That's Leanne.
Yeah, it's Leanne.
Yeah, she did my mom's old job, so or no, my mom's doing her old job. Yeah, so Lovelands is an annual recruitment night tonight, so I will try to speak, but if they do, just for like 10 minutes.
Well, if they're having a meeting, they should have public input time.
Yeah.
And it's literally, you don't have to stay for the whole thing. You can just do the public input. Give them their flyer and just let them know that you'd really like them to come. And then we need to start sending them the invite multiple times to show them that, you know, we really want them to come.
So here's Fort Collins and Leanne's information. She's got her phone number and everything on there, so.
And there's a Zoom link, so you don't have to drive there.
I don't see the Zoom link, but I think
Unless you want to.
reaching out to Leanne would be to get the Zoom link.
when you guys speak to them, you know, like get really hyped up, like get excited about this event and share that excitement with them and help them understand like this is the first event of its kind and we can really support and help each other and share ideas and have fun and free food and all kinds of stuff that's, you know, exciting. So try and help them see like this is a really cool opportunity and they don't want to miss it.
And use your website for template. Just read what's on the website. That'll give you all the things you need to know.
And if you need, we can print off the flyer for you and have it, if you wanna take that with you. We can print off a few even today before you leave.
Yeah, let me see if I can print.
That's a good idea.
So you have those to take with you.
That's a great idea.
I think I'll print mine out.
I'll print mine out and look into it. So I'll print out the flyer and bring it to the Fort Collins meeting.
Food, did we talk to Rice? Yeah?
We did. What day did he say we have to let him know by? Like 14th,
April 18th.
18th is when we have to let him know by.
Alright,
I
how
thought-
much did we say it was gonna be?
Well, by April 13th, we have to let him know yes or no,
Right.
if we're going to do this or not.
Yes.
And then the 18th is his deadline date of how many people,
Yes.
how many sandwiches we're gonna need. And the cost is really just the cost of the sandwiches online, and they come in groups of 4,
They cut him in
so
half.
they're catering boxes. So they basically make like one large sandwich and cut it in 4, and that's one box. So that would feed 4 people. And then he recommended just going to like Sam's and buying a box of chips. So to save us that money.
Cookies.
And cookies and stuff like that, and then our drinks. He does have gluten-free options if we need to do that, so, I don't know if on our website when they RSVP, if we have that as a question, if their food, if we need to ask if they need a gluten-free sandwich. So that might be something we need to add onto the website for food options. I couldn't remember if we were asking that or not.
Well, you have food will be provided. Are there any dietary restrictions?
Okay, good.
So that is definitely on there.
And then we would just pick it up that afternoon and it'd be super simple. So, but yeah, they're completely on board and we're very appreciative that we were thinking of somebody local and that was them, so. Yeah, we're super excited, huh?
Is this the most updated one? I thought we had a QR code on.
No, we took it off.
We took it
It was
off.
weird to have click here to RSVP and then a QR code too.
So we're gonna print these. It's gonna say click here everywhere.
So we probably want the,
Maybe we want one that we're printing that says one with a QR code instead
Mm-hmm.
and take off the click here.
Mm-hmm. So if you can update that one real quick, I can print upstairs and give everybody a whole bunch of them.
Do you still have the one with the QR code?
No, same design.
Oh, yeah, I can probably find it. Harper, what's your email?
Try HRWCC23A.
Whoa, whoa. H-A what? H-A-W?
HRW
H-A?
R.
H-A-R.
No A.
Oh, man.
The abbreviation for her. elected
HR.
officials.
Yes.
H-R-W-C-C-2-3-A.
At tsd.org.
Perfect.
I'm trying to get a personal one that works, but
That's fine. I just sent you the QR codes.
great. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Anything else here? Looks like we got 15 minutes.
Anything else we should go over? Are we all still good on the agenda for everything? Just like when we're doing food, granted it can change, but
What's that?
yeah, are we still good with everything with the agenda?
For the conference?
They canceled their meeting.
For phones?
Maybe. It's 3/6. Yeah, I don't see the agreement.
Fort Collins has an agenda for tomorrow.
The years, because I think theirs is the website that has like multiple years ago.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, there's an agenda, right?
Please confirm meeting location. Oh man.
1994 is
Take a look. This was their last one. I guess they don't have their one posted yet, but I guess we can kind of see what they get into. Washington DC. So everyone goes to
Also
Washington DC.
that one was canceled, but not, I'm assuming not this one.
No, because when I go to this one here, this shows upcoming meetings and
Yeah.
we're on there. And then when I click on it, it just gives me Leanne's information.
So it's still show up. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, before you go, you might wanna contact Leanne and make sure there is one.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. I don't want you to waste your.
Be cool to have them come give us a report on how Washington DC trips are, what that's like.
Loveland just went.
Yeah, that'd be nice to hear from them on how that works.
For sure. Okay.
Anything else? So our next, or any, well, when the one coming in? Treasurer's report.
Oh, hi, that's me. For our 15,000 for the Washington DC trip, we have $14,953.44. For our YAC conference, we have $14,947.32.
Jazz hands.
So. Somebody has a number, Kim.
Probably. I could have screwed that up. It's all right.
There shouldn't be any money taken out of those.
The commission one, I think, they don't have another line item for these meetings,
Yeah.
so all the money, it came, I don't have it, I
Yeah.
guess. So we used to have $2,000,
Yes, there is.
but
Remember
that's,
the one I sent you?
but that's the same one, that's the same code as the youth commission code is the same GL code as that. Thought.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll, remember Cindy didn't even know.
Yeah.
Okay, town board updates.
We have the Tree City USA 42nd Annual Tree City USA Tree Planting Day on April 26th at Pioneer Park. They're planting 7 trees. it's just, neat that we live in a town that honors our tree canopy. The board discussed sustainability, had a really big work session on that, and presented on future sustainability opportunities and projects. We had a really big discussion on housing diversity. Some of the conclusions we came away from that was that, there's a lot of housing needs that are more affordable for people in this area, and especially like for you guys as you graduate and probably can't afford to live in a place like Berthoud. And so we talked about, how we can create some partnerships with like the Habitat and their housing types, and how they could build into all of our current developments, have them kind of be required to work with them, or some ideas like that, so they could build maybe more affordable homes for people. And then we also have undergone a branding project for Berthoud, and the town has contracted with a company to come in and essentially interview, I think it was over 100 people in Berthoud, and like key people in town, or people that have lived here for a long time, or business owners. I know the fire chief was in one of them, and we basically got to answer a bunch of questions about what Berthoud is, and they are going to come away from that and give us essentially hopefully a brand toolkit with either images, logos, colors, just kind of identifying who we are and give us some direction, because there's been so much talk about what our small town charm is and what's unique about Berthoud, and how we can really identify that going forward. So
Changing the town Berthoud logo on the website.
not necessarily changing anything, more just making sure that everything's all aligned, that we have a clear, like, who we are and how we represent Berthoud to the world, and put our stamp on it. But it could be the things we already have going on, it just maybe making it all concise and cohesive. I'm not really sure what they're gonna bring back to us, so that's gonna be, we can adopt whatever we think, if it fits or not, right?
When was the last time it was done?
We've never had it done. And so that's been kind of the issue for our board, is we're like, we as individuals, as board members, we think we know who Berthoud is, because we talk to people every day and talk about the small town charm and, the things that make Berthoud special. But I think sometimes there's a disconnect with the staff of how they see Berthoud, how we see Berthoud, how maybe businesses see Berthoud. And so it's kind of this idea that we can find a way to find the things that make Berthoud unique and brand it, market it, so that it's a clear message and, clear package, so we look, I don't know, like the town we want to look like. So I'm not sure what that's gonna look like when they bring it back to us, but I'm hopeful that they talked to a lot of good people and asked a lot of amazing questions. And I brought up a lot about, when they interviewed me, I talked a lot about our history, and our agriculture came up a lot. And so hopefully it kind of gives us almost like a North Star of where we're going to as a town, like what we want to be and who we want to be. So I'm hopeful. So we'll see. Of course, you guys all get to have input when it comes back, and kind of say what you like or don't like, and before it's adopted. So that should be exciting. I think that's the big stuff. Do you guys have any feedback or thoughts, anything you see going on in town or have heard that you want me to take back to the board? They just, they really value when you guys do have a comment. They really listen and key in on that. So thank you guys.
Anything from the rec department?
I don't think so. Just to let you know, there was there 42 or 48 surveys that came back for the Larimer County Teen Center survey that we kind of talked about last meeting. So that they thought their goal was to get 10. So they got over 40. I think it really helped once we put that survey out at the rec center during spring break. And we put that QR code out.
I put it on school too.
And the school it went out to, yeah. So I think it was better response than they were hoping for. So we should get those results back here any day.
Getting ready for after prom?
What's that?
Getting ready for after prom?
Yeah, that's coming about.
Should be exciting. I just talked to the DJ.
Who's your DJ?
Oh gosh, what's his name? What was his name? It's a dad. His daughter's a freshman at the high school.
Oh, fun,
He's fun. He goes to Grace Place.
fun,
Yeah.
local people.
Yeah.
We were excited as the board to hear that youth wanted it to be at the rec center. So it's nice that they wanted to be there and that we could support that.
Just because we weren't allowed to have it at the church. Because it's the day before Easter.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But alright, Court.
Yes, we had a meeting March 5th. We talked, there was no public input, kind of. We talked about the Jaskowski property again, which is like the disc golf practice place and the dog training place. And just kind of talking about like what we wanted to do with it, and like the dog training people were here and they weren't really, like they talked for the dog training, not for public input. But they were talking about how like the guy who gave the land to the town said that he wanted it to be a dog training place, and I'm not sure if that's true. I mean, I don't know where they got that from. Maybe it's true. I'm not sure, but they're really pushing to get the time and space for that. And if we do that, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the disc golf part. But yeah, we had a long talk about that, and then we also talked about the Arboretum, and there were a lot of maps on it. I really couldn't keep up with what they were doing. To be honest, it was just like it was a lot. They trying to figure out how to like light up the place because it's a big space and they didn't like they want to make it more cost worthy, and I tried to like talk about what we talked about that meeting that morning with the like lowered lens so you can see the stars that you brought up. And they liked it, and
Good job.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I have had some, I've kind of given some pushback to the board on the Arboretum, not because I don't love the idea, I love the idea, but I just personally have been having some concerns about how big of a cost it's gonna be.
it looks
What's
it's
the
huge.
Arboretum?
The Arboretum is the planned development for Wagner Farm, just south of the rec center. So that farm is conserved, so it can only be used for certain things. So the plan is to make it a type of natural space for the town to use, for citizens to like walking paths and trees and. But the amount of land they have to move, they're gonna move it to build essentially different elevations of land and lots of different trees, water, they have to bring in water somehow.
Yeah.
So that it's absolutely gorgeous, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But I'm really concerned about the cost to the town. And it's also the last farmland in town that we have, that's not gonna be full of houses, so I am concerned that we're losing the kind of agricultural stamp too a little bit. So I've had some pushback, but that's just me. The rest of the board I think is pretty excited about it.
I agree with you.
I think some have concerns about the cost as
I
well.
guess the cost would be it, but then I also kind of like it. But then if there could be a way to like include the agriculture
Yeah,
part into it, or use like some of it for agricultural and some of it for this.
yeah, and I think there are like some nods to the ag side of things with it, like some of the gardens. There was a really cool implement. They were gonna put one of those big sprinkler things that you see on a farm and have it have swings on it or something. I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
So maybe things like that
Or
that
like-
are not super cost, like prohibitive, but so I appreciate, your guys' feedback. Like, what do you guys think on that?
Yeah, well, I was looking at the map up here, and I'm just like, there's like zero green.
Well, we own everything in that top right corner where that water is.
Well, yeah,
So that's still ours and a lot of farmland, I would assume.
yeah, I don't know, I just.
Just what you see there is what we can build on, which is.
This is looking south, right? Like this is the parking lot for the rec center on the
That
bottom
is,
left?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So a lot of plants and agricultural, planting and
Yeah.
there's some, supposed to be a,
One concern would be like the actual water use.
That's my biggest concern is there's no water. And so we have to like bring water to the property. And they wanna have like a stream running through it type of feature, and it's extensive. It's extensive, it's a big cost, but it's beautiful.
The plants are
So maybe-
supposed to be not use as much water.
Yeah.
And then I believe anything that does get watered is supposed to be non-potable, and recycled, so. But that's really all the extent I know.
It's a beautiful idea. Actually, there's a lot of great engineering that's gone into it.
I really do like that.
Yeah, and that's totally okay.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people do really love it. I mean, it's gorgeous. But yeah.
It's pretty. Just imagining it in the winter, I'm like, it's gonna look so dead.
Well, it's gonna take 20 years for this to look nice.
Right.
That's the only problem.
So
Yeah.
you
The
don't
rec
have to
center
be
looks
here for it.
beautiful with all its trees.
It'll look
In
like
20
this
years.
when you come back from college with your kids.
In 20 years,
Yeah.
I will be 37.
Yeah.
Okay, when you come back from a career
Yeah,
and
I'm like,
with
I
children.
will be 37. I will probably have 3 kids.
And then it'll look like this.
Oh,
There's supposed to be an
lovely.
amphitheater over there, and I don't know, there's some rentable space too, so it could be like a wedding venues, and I don't know.
I did like that.
But I think that can make the space look kind of good, and like I said, try to incorporate some of it to like that agriculture
The
and whatnot.
farm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. Yeah, that's good.
just to make it, because it looks like you have kind of like, I don't say like you have like the development and then stops and then development.
Right.
Like that's not a bad thing, but
No, we're
if you like if that's
so
something
lucky
that
that's conserved it all.
Mhm.
Like we're so
Yeah.
lucky.
QR code added to that? If you can send that over to Steve, he'll print those and you guys can take any that you'd like to.
Next meeting, so we can have a work meeting the 16th work session.
So that's gonna be the rec center.
And I really appreciate all the communication, Joe. Every time you get something, you can send it over to the group. I think that's really awesome, so thank you.
And then our next meeting would be the 7th. Said that, yeah. So do you want to do the 7th? Oh yeah, it's gonna be the 7th. And then we could totally do another work session. It should be sent to you.
And can we please make sure that goes out to myself, Will, and trustee Brett Williams as well?
Would you like it to be
Can you just run the same email you sent?
just the same one?